You made birthdays the absolute best, and that's why I think I love my birthday so much.
But it's sort of odd to me that the one memory I have of that kind of a birthday from my teenage years is this moment where I was surprised so well that I completely lost it. Completely.
Yeah. Dad thinks I'm crazy.
I'm going to say that it's...
Dad doesn't like the radius.
He doesn't like the radius.
He always comments on the mathematical inaccuracy of the terminology, and I don't care because I love the birthday radius.
It was like birthday complete burnout. You would be crying at the end.
Birthday burnout. I love that.
Yeah, it happened.
You're making memories instead of just getting a present or like having cake.
Yeah,
although cake is very important.
Cake is, of course, important. We are more than just a mother-daughter duo. We are best friends, business partners, dance partners, and more.
This is yours truly, a glimpse into what goes on behind the scenes and inside our conversations together.
When you join the chat, you're not just a listener, you're part of the family. Today is Julie's birthday. Happy birthday, Julie. So we are celebrating the day by talking about all things birthday.
We're going to go down memory lane and see how Mom made birthdays an epic tradition in the Polise household and our favorite birthday stories and more.
All right, let's kick it off. Julie, where do you want to start?
You made birthdays the absolute best, and that's why I think I love my birthday so much, because it was just like the one day that was all about me, and we got to just, I don't know, it was so fun. You always decorated our rooms when we were sleeping so that when we woke up, it was like this birthday celebration explosion in our rooms, and that was always really fun. You always had hand-drawn signs and balloons and streamers, and then there were presents. So like as soon as you woke up in the morning, it was like, boom, it's your birthday.
I loved it. And the night before, I would always, when they were asleep, as I was setting up the presents, I would go in and take the sleepy photo. So right up until they were teenagers, embarrassing.
It's borderline creepy how many pictures of us you have of us sleeping. I don't know what weird obsession you have with watching us sleep, but too many pictures of us asleep.
I know. It was just my own thing, and it was never supposed to be seen by anyone. It was just for me to just document the year of, the fresh start and how you guys looked in a new year. And I loved doing it. I loved sneaking in there at night and setting everything up and making a nice stack. I'm not the most artistic drawing person, but I do like to do lettering, so I would make the handwritten signs, and I had so much fun, putting balloons in the room. I just loved it. What's really funny is recently, on my birthday this year, Tom, I'm going to put him into the chat right now, he actually made a sign and put some presents on the dresser.
So cute.
So when I woke up in the morning, because it was my first post-cancer birthday, I guess you might say. So he was made it really special, and he made the sign. I couldn't believe my eyes when I woke up. It was a Tom version of the signage, and it was a cute stack of presents there. So that was really fun. Thank you, Tom. It was awesome.
It was really cute. I think another thing that you did was always did the homemade cakes with the characters. That was always a big one. You made a Barbie cake for me, and I feel like this was way before people were sticking Barbie dolls in cakes, but you made this tower with a triangular tower thing, and then you stuck the Barbie in it, and you sacrificed a Barbie for the cake. But it was so cute.
It was all about, for me, it was all about the creativity and the homemadeness of it. So when I was growing up, we did have, my mom made a little bit of a deal out of birthdays, not like the way I did and not like the way people do now. Because over the years, birthdays have become so explosive, and there's places that you can go to have parties now. I mean, that wasn't that much of that when you were little, but when I was little, there was nothing like that. So we had the backyard around a picnic table, wear the party hats, have balloons, and that was the party. So it was always celebrated as I grew up, but I just wanted to make it more special, and I loved doing it so much. It was like the planning and whatever I could do to surprise you with the cake, and I just loved it. I just did. It was one of the highlights. I always looked forward to it so much.
And now I'm such a big birthday person, and we have...
It's all my fault. That's all my fault.
All your fault. We have the birthday radius, which I can explain because that is that's my terminology that I created because I love birthdays so much.
What is the birthday radius? Do tell.
The birthday radius is the time leading up to your birthday and the time after your birthday in which you get to celebrate yourself. So it's an extension of your birthday. Now, if you're really crazy like me, the birthday radius can go a whole month before and a whole month after your birthday. But I think it's a great term, and it's a great thing to do to celebrate yourself. It's just like, yeah, my birthday month, we are celebrating, we're in the radius.
It's really a...
Dad thinks I'm crazy.
I'm going to say that it's...
Dad doesn't like the radius.
He doesn't like the radius.
He always comments on the mathematical inaccuracy of the terminology, and I don't care because I love the birthday radius.
Because it's really a circumference, I think, if we're going to get technical.
No, the circumference is like...
the time around it, right?
No, but it's like the diameter. It's like what, because if the birthday's in the center of the circle, it's like the before and the after.
So then it's the diameter, whatever.
The radius is just like half. Okay, we don't talk about math.
But we can talk that it's a radius before and a radius after. Maybe we can.
Yeah,
we can make that work for you. I'm happy to make that work for you.
I love the birthday radius. We're in the birthday radius now as we're recording this. I know this is coming out on my birthday, but this is like the beginning of my hardcore birthday radius right now.
And funny enough, there was a box that I shipped yesterday to get to you. That's a radius birthday box that you're going to be able to open things before your birthday in the radius. So
I love it.
You can look forward to that.
I love it.
You can look forward to that.
I can't wait.
It is funny. Do you have any, thinking about your younger birthdays, do you have any particular ones that stand out? I can tell you one that like stands out, maybe not in the best way for me, but go ahead.
Oh, no. Which ones? You go first.
When you fell the day before and you had a fat lip or something, and it was, and then you also
which birthday?
You fell before you ended up with a fat lip, and you had a haircut right before, so you hated your hair.
Oh, I remember that. That was awful. You got me a bowl cut the day before my birthday.
So
Are
horrible.
you kidding? Of course I was going to be upset.
So horrible. But I felt bad about that, and I thought, oh, we'll have a nice, cute haircut for your birthday, and it just didn't go as planned. But that was, and you were, the other thing that I will say adds to your birthday excitement, and which I then will turn into anxiety, is that sometimes you would have too much birthday. There was a Berenstain Bears book called Too Much Birthday, and it was like when the kid got so revved up for the birthday, and then by the end of it, the kid's crying because it was like overwhelming. And that sometimes, oftentimes happened to you. It was like birthday, complete burnout. You would be crying at the end.
Birthday burnout. I love that.
Yeah, it happened. It happened to you. And because it's hard for you to go without sleep. Like when you didn't sleep a lot and you would be up so early for your birthday and then you would be tired.
I mean, I still don't sleep a lot, so nothing has changed.
Well, which one of your birthdays stands out for you?
I mean, a lot of them do. I went through this morning and just like was looking at the birthday video you made for me in 2020 to look at the birthdays. I think some that stand out were, I feel like the Flower Power birthday party really stood out because we did like a whole photo shoot at the garden store in our neighborhood to make the cards. Like that was like an event, just making the card. And then I think some other ones that stand out are like the roller skating birthday party,
that was a good
the gymnastics birthday party, and the Powerhouse Studios birthday party.
That was
Do you
good.
remember that one?
Yes, because you were really like a teenager, almost like a teenager. You were on the upper.
No, I was 8.
Tween. Oh,
Powerhouse
really?
Studios.
I thought that was more of a tween, like 10 or 11. But you were 8.
Oh, I think I was like 8.
You seemed so mature because it was like a lot of Nickelodeon-esque games and things. Everybody had a blast. Yeah. Everybody loved that party. Even
that was
Jonathan.
Fun. Powerhouse Studios was like this crazy like industrial building where it was essentially one of those Nickelodeon game shows, IRL, and you would just do stupid things, and people got slimed, and we were playing games, and it was like an arena.
That was when party places first started to come out. Then there was more party places to go to have your party.
Yeah.
Because Tommy, the boys still also had parties. Let's just throw in that Tommy and Jonathan had equally interesting parties. I had one time because Jonathan loved animals. One time I had a nature guy, a guy with animals bring like a little mini animal demonstration, and he had like chinchillas and all kinds of exotic animals that he brought. He loved that, Jonathan. And Tommy, one time we did playing pool, like the game of pool, not swimming.
I remember the cake for that because you made like the cake a pool table.
I know.
But the one birthday I remember of Tommy's is the skateboard one. Which is just when they went to the skate park.
Oh, right.
The indoor skate park.
I forgot all about that. Wow, I forgot all about that one. There was some really epic parties over the years. And it was always like I would think of what you guys were into at the time, and that's how I'd come up with it. And it's funny because now Brandy, my producer, is really into the birthday thing with her kids, and her son loves Subways, and she just did a whole New York City subway themed party. And she goes, I mean, she's so artistic and graphic designer. She goes way over the top with the planning. But it's so yeah, theme birthdays were a thing for me. I always looked at like, what are you into? And that's how we're going to, plan the party around it.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of my other birthdays that really stood out was my 21st birthday because it happened when I was studying abroad in Australia. And my two friends who I became really close with, Monica and Eva, threw me a surprise party in Australia, which was just like, I didn't see it coming. And it's very hard to surprise me because I'm very observant. I observe things like a hawk. So the fact that they were able to successfully surprise me, that was like one of the best birthdays because it's like Monica also loves her birthday and really loved the idea of the birthday radius. So I think she took that and ran with it and it was just like epic. It was so good and such a surprise that I ate like a full plate of chicken wings before the party. So when I got to the party, I was so full I couldn't even like have a shot. And it was like my 21st birthday. Like insane.
I loved them so much after that. I was like, those girls just got you in such a short amount of time that you knew them. Because you're the person that has always been most creative for your friends in the friend group in high school and grammar school. You would make really creative things for them for their birthdays and like books and just even the things you did for me, making those like books of, books of me. You are always really able to deliver on the birthday thing. So let's talk about gifts and gift giving on birthdays. Okay.
One thing I was going to say that you always made us do was you always made us make homemade cards whenever it was somebody's birthday.
Yes.
Like, I feel like as a child, I always wanted to go to Hallmark and pick out cards. You're like, no, you're going to make a card. And I was like, fine. But then I loved making the cards. And now I don't even like buying cards. I think homemade cards are so much more fun.
See, I did that. But I always thought it was more important. And I still, oddly enough, like to make, I don't do elaborate cards, but I'll put somebody's picture and make a card sometimes when I don't, mainly when I don't get to a store to buy one. But I actually enjoy it because I feel like it's more personal when you do something like that.
It is.
Yeah. And gift giving in general, like you're really good at giving gifts.
It is my superpower.
It is.
I give gifts like it is nobody's business.
Tis true. You get that from your dad, who is an amazing gift giver. He really just looks into the person, what do they really love, and he'll, like you said, enhance that experience. Like if they're really into something.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've gotten like the greatest running gear and running clothes when I was into running. And now that I'm, of course, in the TikTok zone, he's always looking for like the newest piece of equipment I might want for doing my content. And he's very much a thoughtful gift giver, and you are that.
He is. I'm that too. I think one of the funniest not funniest, but like this is the best way to describe Dad's gift giving skills.
Okay.
A couple years ago for Christmas, I know this is not a birthday gift, but for Christmas, he got you a bunch of skincare and like self-care items because you were really into it and like wanted to like do skin stuff. So he found an article on Cosmo
I don't remember
that was like the 12 products you need for your skin right now.
Oh, God.
And he went out and bought every single item on that list. And he didn't Amazon them. He went to like 15 different stores to find every single item on the list.
Now he would Amazon it.
That's dedication.
I think now.
But now he knows how to Amazon things.
We taught him that over the years, how to Amazon. It's so funny. When he crossed over into Amazon, all of a sudden more boxes were showing up for him than me, and I was getting jealous because I was like, wait, it's not for me. But yeah, he's got really good gift giving skills, and I think that you get that too. Tommy and I struggle more with gift giving. Jonathan will buy gifts that he wants for someone else. So he doesn't really sometimes he doesn't even understand the gift giving thing. But Tommy and I, we have more trouble thinking of gifts. But I feel like, I don't know, my family would say I'm a good gift giver. My siblings or my parents, they always think I'm very unique and creative with the gifts. But I do struggle with it. I have to really spend a lot of time thinking before I can come up with a gift for someone. Anyway.
But it's so easy for you to buy gifts for me, right?
So easy. And funny enough, your birthday's today, so by the time this comes out, you're already going to know this. But I was thinking about doing, like, as you get older, doing experiences as gifts. What do you think about experience gifts?
Oh, I love experience gifts. I think that's fun.
Yeah. Do you?
I mean,
I'm just going to
I love experience gifts.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's so cool.
Good.
Why are you recording this?
Because we're going to go see Taylor Swift.
What?
For your birthday present this year.
No.
Yes, we are.
What?
I have tickets for Taylor
I'm literally
Swift.
going to start crying.
On August 9th in Los Angeles, I'm going to fly out there, and we are going to the Taylor Swift concert.
No.
Yes.
I'm literally going to cry.
Surprise!
Oh my God.
I think I just derailed the podcast. Are you
What?
excited? Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm going to cry now.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God.
Surprise.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I've been trying to mentally accept that going to this concert wasn't going to happen. And I'm like a new Taylor Swift fan. And oh, I'm so excited.
I'm shaking. I've been thinking about how I'm going to tell you. Oh, I'm so glad that's over. That was stressful.
I told you a while ago. I was like, oh, a really great present would be Taylor Swift tickets, but I know it's probably not going to happen.
And what did I say? I was like, oh, please. You know what I say? Because I like to sort of.
Yeah, you did the thing. You did the thing where you're like, you don't want to go to a concert.
I said,
Concerts
really?
are terrible.
We're going to have to sit in the nosebleed.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. So we're going to have to sit in the nosebleed seats. You're going to be so far. You're better off watching it on social media. And you were like, oh, but it's the experience. And I was like, there's better experiences. I was trying to throw off the sense.
You were. And I was like, I'm just going to watch all these TikTok lives instead, and then I'll just be fulfilled, and it'll be fine.
But now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So you know what the other exciting thing is? You know how I hate to sit in the nosebleed seats to go to anything, right?
Oh, my God. What did you do?
We're sitting in the 24th row.
No.
Yeah, we are. We're sitting in the 24th row. And at some point, I'm going to tell you this whole story of how this went down. My heart was pounding when I was doing this transaction. And I was freaking out. And then I accidentally, once I got them, I had to transfer them to Ticketmaster. And by mistake, I had Dad's Ticketmaster open up on my computer. So when I transferred the tickets, it went into his account. And I was sweating.
No.
I was going to all of his devices.
Does Steven know about this?
No one knows. I was thinking about telling Grace today so she could hear this. But I said, you know what? She can be surprised, too, when she listens.
Because I keep talking to Steve, like, oh, I'm so sad. I can't go to this. And everyone's going, and it looks so fun. And everyone's saying it's the best thing ever. Oh, my God. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Are you excited? I'm so happy. Well, happy birthday.
Wow. This is... Wow. My foot better be freaking better so I can stand and jump and do all the things.
We're going to have the birthday Taylor Swift experience, and I am going to be there for it. So
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's if you want me to go with you, because I technically should give you the tickets.
Of course. You need to come. Think of the content.
Think of the content. Just think of the content. Think of the TikToks.
Wow.
It's going to be amazing. So,
wow.
Yay, happy birthday.
I'm really excited.
That's
like one. Do you remember you took Jonathan to the Justin Bieber concert?
I did.
And you were like, the same thing. We're like, I'm not sitting in the nosebleeds. And you got like third row seats, Justin Bieber. And that was the day I had to get my wisdom teeth removed. So I was like, you dropped me off after getting my wisdom teeth, and then you took Jonathan and you went to the concert. And then you come back, you're like, Jonathan's like, I touched Justin Bieber's hand.
It was crazy. This was funny. We weren't actually that close to Justin Bieber. It just so happened that we were far back on the floor, but there was like a one of those runway things that he walked down. And he happened to walk down this runway. And we were like a few rows from this runway. So he was able to, And I, again, will say my style of going, if I am going to go to an experience, I'm all in. I don't like... I'm not a big concert goer, but when I go, I want to sit close. When I go to the Broadway theater, I don't want to be in the back row. If I'm going to do the experience, I'm going to do it.
Oh my God.
So I'd rather do them, far and few between, but really do them right. That's my kind of living.
I can't believe this.
You like that?
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
I know. I don't want to. I was trying to think of, should I save this for the very, very end of the episode? But it was just like I had to get it out. I've been living with this for a couple of weeks, and then I'm like, how am I going to talk to her every day and not tell her this? It was so stressful.
Oh my God, I'm sure.
There you go.
It's sometimes so hard not to tell you guys things I'm trying to make. Like when I surprised you for your last chemo, that was like the hardest secret to keep because I'm like, how do I not tell her that I'm
I
not
was
coming?
stunned.
And I'm just like, oh, I have a meeting.
I was literally stunned when you walked in. Had no idea that was happening. So I haven't been surprised a lot in my life, but there's been a couple of surprise parties I've had for birthdays. Now I'm gonna first off, you surprised me for chemo. That was a legit surprise. I was floored. Another time, I want to say Tom worked with my mother and somehow did a surprise party. I don't know what birthday, maybe it was my 30th birthday. And I was stunned, surprised. It was at my mother's house. And anyway, I was stunned, surprised. But I want to throw back for 1 minute. And this is for my high school friends who might be listening to this. Well, I think it might have been my 16th birthday. But my mom decided to plan, I don't know, with my friends or what, a surprise party in the basement. We had a basement in our house where all the parties happened in the basement. And I had no idea. And she had to get me down to the basement. Now, any other mother, I'm throwing my mother right under the bus on this one. Sorry, Mom, but she's going under. Any other mom would have been like, oh, could you go down and get me something from the basement? We used to keep the soda down there, whatever. She has to start a fight with me, like an argument, like a full-on, you left the basement a mess last night, screaming at me about something. And
God.
So I was, and then I'm saying, I did not, because I know I didn't leave the basement a mess when my friends had come over or whatever. And we ended up having an all-out, screaming brawl. And she said, just go downstairs and clean it up. And I went storming downstairs to this surprise party and started crying because I was mortified.
Oh my God.
It was... and my friends, and I don't remember anything else about that party except that moment of being completely mortified. My friends remember the party too, and I'm sure it was fun, and I probably moved right past it, and it was fine.
Yeah, sure.
But it's sort of odd to me that the one memory I have of that kind of a birthday from my teenage years is this moment where I was surprised so well that I completely lost it. Completely.
Yeah. That's...
Right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. You can picture it.
She needed to take a page out of Monica and Eva's book and just be like, oh, let's go out for wings. And can you go grab something for it? Yeah.
I know. So it's
not good.
Not good. So I wanted to balance out this episode because it's a lot of woo, everything's so, perfect. But you know what? Things aren't always perfect. And sometimes surprises, some people don't like surprises. And I have always said over the years, please, I don't want a surprise party because I think possibly because I'm scarred from that, I have no interest in it. I'm like, please don't plan a party. I always told Tom, please don't do it. Don't plan a party. And after that 30th one where he did it, I think that's when I started saying to him, don't do that to me.
I don't like
it. I don't like it.
Or you're just
strangely. So I've never really done that for you guys as a surprise party because I don't think I don't know. I'd rather have you included in this planning and the celebration and, that's why it was so hard for me to surprise you today.
I think the other thing, especially for me, is I'm so particular. And, I'm so particular. Mm-hmm. I'm a planner. Mm-hmm. I want to know exactly what I'm doing. I want to plan something epic because it's also kind of sad because I just don't want to be let down by people. So I'm like, I can't let myself down if I plan it. But if I leave it in the hands of somebody else,
it might not go as well.
Yeah. There's potential for letdown. So I think my thing is I always want to plan it so I can plan the most epic thing and then not get upset.
Right.
Because that's not fun. And in 2020 for my birthday, we were going to go to Paris and we had this whole thing planned. And of course, the pandemic hit, so that was
devastating,
really upsetting.
Devastating.
Yeah,
it is hard because you and I are very different people. So you like to plan, and I like to be sort of let's just go with it. So, but I have learned over the years to really look at who the person is that I'm planning for, and then say, I know you need to plan something. So we do plan it more ahead.
Yeah.
When it's planning a birthday for Tommy when he was younger, it was it wasn't that big of a thing to worry about. He was going to be happy whatever it is. It's he didn't really get that concerned about it, and it was a little. I didn't have to plan it so far ahead, but for you, I always try and make a plan because I know each personality is very different. Jonathan likes a plan too. We know that.
Jonathan does the same thing every year.
Out.
So he likes consistency.
A year out.
That's what he likes. He likes Six Flags every year, a cake made by me.
That's
and
right.
Trivia.
That's right. He's already talking about it.
I like to plan it. Even Steven is this year for your birthday, do you want me to plan something? or do you want to plan something?
Yes.
Do I need to do something? I'm like, I'll do it.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
It's so important to know, instead of thinking we have to do it this way because you do it that way for everybody, it really is better to look at the person. That's so helpful. So even for parents listening, like think about your own kids, like what is their nature and what gives them more comfort. And that's maybe how to plan, is really thinking about the person and not just thinking about like, here's how I would like it to be.
Exactly.
I try to do that with you guys. And that's why I did this one though. I had to do a surprise for you this year.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Because I knew this was a home run.
I'm going to break my pen. I'm so excited.
I knew this would be a home run, so I wasn't really worried about it. Yay.
We got to make cute outfits.
Okay.
It's going to be so fun.
We have a plan. It's going to be, it's a Wednesday. It's August 9th. So I figured that now, how you always get sad leaving after the summer vacation, now I'll be there like so shortly after. So
yeah.
If you stay till August, we'll fly back together.
Yeah. I was going to say, I really do like experiences on our birthdays. And Steven and I, once we graduated, we kind of started, because our birthdays are so close, we decided, his is 2 weeks before mine and then it's mine, but every year we're going to do a trip and we'll take turns. We'll do a big trip around one of our birthdays and we'll take turn which year we go for who and like which person gets to choose. So like for his birthday right after we graduated, he had never been out of the country, so we went to Italy for his birthday and that was like so fun. So the next year we were supposed to go to Paris, but now we have this thing where we always try to travel for one of our birthdays.
That's a good idea.
So this year we went to Joshua Tree and last year we went to California and obviously planned this move, but yeah, I think I'm a big experience because then it's like you're doing something, you're making memories instead of just getting a present or like having cake.
Yeah.
Although cake is very important.
Cake is of course important.
Yeah.
It's a must. So I would
but
love
now I'm
to,
so excited.
I would love to hear from listeners about, favorite birthdays or some epic birthdays, just to get ideas for, future birthdays. So if anybody has anything they'd like to share in the comments or the reviews, tell us what your favorite birthday is. We would love to know.
Yeah.
Is or was. And we'd love to know. So Julie and I are going to make some memories coming up.
And
right,
you'll see it all. Yes. It'll be documented. It'll be so documented.
It will be. All right. I think that's it for today. I don't think we can get better than where we went.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Julie.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Yours truly,
Helen and Juli.
Well, thank you so much for listening and celebrating Julie's birthday today. We appreciate you so much. If you enjoyed the podcast, please remember to leave us a review and make sure to follow us on social media. Today's a big day because Julie changed her social media handle and she is now consistently at Juli Polise on all platforms. That's JuliPolise. And I am, of course, am at The Mothership with a U on TikTok and Instagram. And together we are HelloSocialize.com, bringing you tutorials, lessons, workshops, and the Creative Forecast, which is our weekly email that provides you with content ideas and original music suggestions and trends to make your content creation journey easier. Thank you so much for listening. And thanks to our producer, Grace, who's listening in and so happy with the surprise news that we've let her in on now. Thanks to our engineers at Melrose Podcast Studios. Today we have Nick in New York City and Morgan in Los Angeles. And of course, thank you all for listening. Tune in next week. All right, that's a wrap on that one. You need a minute, I bet.
Yeah, you can cut.